Welcome to the Embodied Resilience podcast, where we explore the intersection of trauma-informed yoga, emotional and mental health, nervous system regulation, and the ancient wisdom of Chinese meridians. I'm Liz, a trauma-specialized yoga educator and space holder. In each episode, we will dive into practices, stories, and conversations that help you to return to your body, navigate life with more awareness, and support others with integrity and depth. Whether you're a yoga teacher, a student, or seeker, this space is for you. Hello and welcome to this new episode on You Are Enough. You don't need to be healed first to hold space. There's a quiet doubt that I notice in so many yoga teachers and practitioners who want to go deeper into their practice or teaching. It often starts as a feeling more than a question, a subtle voice that says, maybe I'm not ready yet. I probably need more experience first. I should heal myself before I can hold space for others. It's rarely spoken out loud, but lives underneath the surface in hesitation, in self-doubt, in the sense that somehow everyone else is more prepared or knowledgeable than you. I've been there too. That hesitation, that fear of doing harm, that feeling that maybe someone else is more qualified, more grounded, more something than you. And here's what I've come to learn, both through my own journey and from guiding a number of students and teachers. Readiness doesn't come before the journey. It comes through it. We live in a world that teaches us to prepare endlessly before we take a leap. We think we need to fix ourselves first, have all the answers, feel completely calm, healed, and confident before we can support anyone else. But healing, teaching, and even self-discovery are not linear journeys, and they happen in real time, in the moments where you choose to show up, even while feeling uncertain. If I had waited until I felt ready to teach, I would be still waiting. When I first started teaching Yin Yoga, I didn't have everything figured out. I didn't have all the language around trauma-informed work. I was still learning how to regulate my own nervous system. And honestly, I still am, because this is a lifelong work, not a destination. But what I did have was curiosity, humility, and the willingness to learn and improve, and that's what truly matters. This belief that we must be perfectly healed before we can hold space for others is one of the most limiting ideas in the yoga world. The truth is, your tenderness, your lived experience, your own process, those are your greatest teachers and superpowers. They help you practice compassion from the inside out. What you or your students need isn't someone who is perfect. They need someone who is authentic. You don't have to have it all together to be a great space holder. You just need to learn how to stay grounded when emotions arise, how to listen without trying to intervene or fix things, and how to create safety through presence and attunement. And that's exactly what trauma-informed Yin Yoga teaches us, that holding space isn't about rescuing or repairing. It's about witnessing with empathy and awareness. Another common belief I hear often: I don't know enough about anatomy or meridians. But knowledge alone doesn't create transformation. Presence does. The most powerful space holders aren't those who know everything. They are the ones who keep learning and stay humble enough to keep asking questions. Or maybe you think, I'm too emotional, too sensitive, or too messy to teach others. But sensitivity is not a flaw. It's an asset when you learn to work with it. When you understand your nervous system, your emotions stop being obstacles and become bridges to connection and compassion. Maybe you compare yourself to other teachers online who seem to have perfect studios, calm voices, beautiful cueing, and you think, who am I to step into this space? But every teacher you admire once stood exactly where you are. The only difference is that they decided to start. Your voice, your story, your way of holding space is unique. There are people out there who will only resonate with you, not with anyone else. Your imperfections don't make you less qualified. They make you real. Maybe you're not a yoga teacher yet, but you're here because something in Yin Yoga resonates deeply. You might not even have words for it, but you know this practice touches something that other yoga styles might not. But you still might wonder, do I even belong in a teacher training? I want you to know that you absolutely do. Many of my students start their journey not to teach others right away, but to finally understand themselves, their emotions, their nervous system, their energy. And that's more than enough. Because when you learn to hold space for yourself, you naturally begin to hold space for others. It's not about how long you have practiced yoga. It's about your willingness to listen to your own body, your intuition, your boundaries. It's not about knowing everything about trauma or meridians. It's about being open to learning, to unlearning, and letting the practice meet you where you are. Because Yin Yoga isn't about striving. It's about allowing. If something in you feels the call to explore this path, even if you're not sure where it leads, that's enough. That's where every journey begins, in curiosity. To help you take that first step, I created a free resource for you, the Emotional and Nervous System Yin Reset, a guided practice and reflection designed to help you move from overwhelm to a felt sense of safety. Because before we teach others, we must first learn to listen deeply to ourselves. You can download it for free, and maybe it will be the doorway to something else. And if you're ready to explore more, you are invited to my upcoming free event called Yin Immersion, where we go even deeper into this topic. I will share the links in the description to access these free offerings. If today's episode resonated with you and you're curious to experience how this really works in practice, I invite you to explore it through my free resource, the Emotional and Nervous System Yin Reset. This experience combines short, comprehensive theory, a guided Yin Yoga practice based on my integrated signature approach, the Meridian Emotion Nervous System Yoga method, and a reflection journal to integrate your experience. And if you feel ready for more, you are also invited to join my free event called Yin Immersion, where we will explore these topics even deeper. This will be a 3 days live event starting on the 5th of December 2025. If you cannot make it to the live event, no worries, I will also share the recordings. I will share the links to these offerings in the description, along all my other resources. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll hear you in the next episode.